people are going to continue to eat seafood. And they're
Yep.
going to continue to want seafood, and we need to provide that for them, but you got to find a sustainable
See,
way to do it.
that's where the whole hatchery thing.
Comes
See,
in.
they start talking about farming fish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in my opinion, if you eat a farmed fish and you eat an ocean fish, and if you can't tell the difference, there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to do that when you can create hatchery fish?
Is there... So I've never had a farmed fish. So there's definitely a taste
Oh, yeah.
difference between the two.
Yeah, when you see those fish in the store that all look pink,
Mm-hmm.
just like a regular fish, that's dye.
Oh yeah, they dye the salmon especially,
Their
right?
fish is white.
Huh.
Yeah, because they don't have the nutrients that the ocean provides. All the krill and the anchovies and the herring and sardines and whatever they eat out there, that creates that color in their meat and the taste and the oil.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think of that? What is it called? Nordic Farms that's coming into the bay. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard about it.
What do you think about that?
Personally, I don't like it because, I mean, it's going to create jobs for sure.
Yeah.
But I would rather see the fish in the river
Mm-hmm.
than in a farm.
Yeah.
Um,
Redistribute those funds to
well, you're
something
going to have
else.
people, you're going to have a better fish by far,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. I mean, nobody's going to change my mind on that. I mean, it's just the way it is. And you're still going to have jobs with the hatcheries and with the people running the hatcheries. Maybe not as many jobs as you would have if we opened one of those farms. The other issues that a lot of people talk about is escapement. What happens if we have a natural disaster and those fish get into our system? The ocean or the bay? We're screwed. It'll devastate everything. Disease and all the things come along with it. It's a bad thing. It's already, I mean, you can go across the country to the different farms that they've had, and that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's created nothing but problems with the fisheries in that area.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now they say that it's not possible for that to happen on the one that's coming here. Well, we all know that anything's possible,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of my friends are and people that I know are backing that, which is fine. They have their own ideas. That's cool. But in my opinion, I think we'd be far better off having a hatchery fish do the same thing as what they're trying to do. Now, the difference that I see is all of their fish will be sold, to a grocery store or to somebody selling fish on the side or whatever. It's not like you have to go fishing to catch a hatchery fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge difference. So I see that, and I see the economy difference between those two. But for me, the devastation that it could cause if something were to go wrong is far beyond what could ever happen with a hatchery fish.
So these farmed fish aren't fish that are naturally local to this environment. They're not sourcing them. They're just coming in with whatever they can grow.
I don't think so. Don't
Okay.
quote me on that. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works. But even if it was, they become, once they get in that farm, there's no there's nothing
Yeah.
like it would be in the natural environment.
Yeah, and they're not growing just 5 or 10 fish. I mean, if those fish got out at the numbers,
tens of thousands.
Yeah, that could decimate an
Yeah.
environment pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And you could make an argument that a hatchery fish is, better, if not at least equal, because yeah, you might not go out and catch all those fish, but those fish are feeding other animals in
Mhm.
the ecosystem. They're fertilizing the sediment. They're helping the environment.
They're doing everything a
Yeah,
wild
even
fish
if they're
would do,
not eaten.
except, where they were born and raised.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I've watched it many times on on our local river, which is the Mad, that has a hatchery. Those fish go up and spawn just like any other fish. If the gate's closed, or if there's too many fish in the hatchery, or they got to dump some out, they go up and spawn in the tributaries. So when they come back, how are you going to know the difference when
Yeah.
that little fin's not cut off? You don't. They will not physically be able to tell the difference between those two fish.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's You can't change that. I mean, they can't tell you that there's a difference. And they did it naturally, even though they've been spawned in a hatchery, to start their life off. When they came back, maybe they couldn't get in. They went on upriver because that's just what, Mother Nature is telling them to do. They got to spawn.
Yeah.
So